probably needs to replace me.
He probably needs to replace me.
We'll just take me off the show, and
Really
no one
good.
wants me on the show anyway.
That's not true. That's not true.
Out of the 7 followers that we have, we clearly know that none of them want me on the show.
Well,
not
just
true.
because one of them's my mom, it doesn't mean.
The other one's his mom.
Well, there we go.
I'm just
She's
glad
a
there
nice
wasn't a bad.
lady.
I'm just glad there wasn't a bad joke there, so I'm really excited
About Ronnie's mom?
about either one of their
Oh,
moms.
I don't know your mom, I don't think. Have I ever met her?
Probably not.
I don't think I have.
She don't
I've
live
never
in
Not my
met
mom either.
I've never. We've talked about your mom. I don't think I've ever talked about your mom. I've heard you talk
There's
about
the
your
joke
dad.
right
but-
there.
She, yeah,
He knows
she,
your mom.
She
Yeah.
lives inside the house all the time and looks up moon facts.
Tell you
Sounds like his
what.
mom.
I've had worse stepdads than you, so get them in there.
Is that on it?
It's on. It's there.
We can't start with that.
I mean, I'm not disappointed in my stepdad, so.
Oh, that's
You
funny.
you
What-
yourself are a stepdad, sort of. So
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
you
not
are.
bad of you.
Oh man. All right.
You just took your stepdaughter on a date. That's the most stepdad thing ever.
What date? Oh, I did.
The
take her-
Guardians of the
Yeah,
Galaxy.
that's
Yeah,
true.
no shit,
We've
yeah.
actually, we've had a good bonding lately,
Well,
so
that's good.
it's kind of cool. She's grown up to be pretty cool.
yeah,
There you go.
So.
that's awesome. Anyway,
Where's your
Where-
where were we? I forget what was
Let's
happening.
get the show started. 'cause we're
Yeah,
gonna top
this,
that.
this is where we need to get off that topic of stepdads. All right, so
Worse stepdads than you, man.
That's a fact.
That's funny.
Now I'm gonna need some allowance too.
You're grounded.
That's fine.
Stay in your house. Don't come out. Yes. More moon facts.
What a treat.
Just wait till I come out next week, stepdad. I'm gonna tell you about the rainforest.
I forgot to tell
I can't wait to just start calling you stepdad. First of all.
I can't tell.
As long as you don't get stuck and stuff.
I was going towards a joke whenever you
You wanna
cut
know
me
if
off
facts
last
less
episode.
Yeah.
But Chad, with you thinking that Johnny is the good guy in the Karate Kid, you basically bully Brandon like an 80s bully.
Okay.
Like you're like, hey,
I know what I'm about.
Why you staying in your room? Learn about stuff.
Fucking
Huh?
nerd.
Go sweep his leg,
Go,
bitch.
going to college, loser. That's so fun. Makes
Welcome
me
to the Hey
laugh.
Show.
You gonna try it again?
Hey.
This show is for amateurs, by amateurs, about professionals. Then
Close enough.
Intro.
fuck off.
Oh, we are
Alright.
joined here with Ronnie Putnam,
This guy.
Greg Woods,
Greg
That's
Woods,
me.
Timothy
and
McVeigh.
Timothy McVeigh.
We were talking about him yesterday.
Yikes.
he's the one because he was in Terre Haute.
Holy shit, bud.
Like a lot of the prison, some of the prison guards that I trained with or whatever remember the whole thing, because it was Terre Haute that he got executed in.
This took a dark turn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chad,
welcome
would
to
you
this
like
show.
to tell the audience who Timothy McVeigh is?
Is he the Unabomber? Or what? Right?
No.
Is he the one that bombed?
He's not the Unabomber. That's Ted Kaczynski.
But he bombed something, right? Was it the?
He was the tri-bomber.
Yeah. It's the duo bomber. I don't know. I don't know much
I think
about
McVeigh
Timothy
was
McVeigh.
was he the Oklahoma City bomber?
I think so.
I just know he's a bad guy.
Well, depends how you look at it.
I'm pretty comfortable with my perspective, I
He
think.
probably wasn't a very good stepdad.
Yeah. Bottom tier stepdad.
I am so sad that I'm a nerd and I knew that he was the Oklahoma City bomber.
Nice.
Yeah, that sucks. And he did die in Terre Haute, Indiana, so everything Chad said is true there. Except he wasn't the other thing that Chad said.
What?
Wow,
Good
U.S.
person?
Army Infantry School. That's pretty impressive. Then he's the bomber, so I mean, it makes sense. My dad used to teach me how to make bombs too, so it is what it is.
Fun fact: Mandy's dad went to that same prison.
Awesome.
That is a
So,
fun
next
fact.
segment. What are we got
Why?
a segment coming
Why?
up,
Wha-
and
wha-
that
wha-
segment
wha-
is...
Why?
Yeah, just putting out factual information.
All right.
So,
I
we're
guarantee
off
he was
to-
not a good stepdad.
I have a feeling you are correct.
We're not gonna play the game. That's not about stepdads in prison. called Would You Tap, but this is a remix. Now,
Remix.
now, chat. Raise your hand if you've rolled with someone famous.
Chad Hawkins.
Okay.
Who is he?
He's pretty famous
Pretty
at
good stepdad?
IBJJF tournaments. And a pretty quality stepdad.
Quality.
No one's gonna raise their hand.
I feel like this is a setup.
It is.
Okay.
That's why. So raise your hand. Okay. And who is it?
Mario Lopez.
Okay. So this is now a trend in Hollywood. The cool kids are all doing jiu-jitsu. And I know that if we talked about Mark Zuckerberg, we were going to go down a bad rabbit hole. So I decided to make this a fun segment. So if you saw the pictures and the videos of Mark Zuckerberg at a jiu-jitsu competition, I instantly think all of them are fake. And I believe...
I saw a round of his once. But anyway,
Yeah,
keep going.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I saw him do MMA, and Ronnie's testicles hurt the entire time.
Yeah, it was rough.
They were bad. Anyway, so I believe, because I believe if you are wealthy, now people are going to come after me for this.
So not a poor.
Yes, not a poor,
The opposite of a poor.
and not a
A
rich,
rich.
because
Oh.
rich is different.
Oh.
If you are wealthy,
Not a poor.
means
not a
that
rich.
you cannot basically spend your wealth in one lifetime. I believe everyone that is wealthy is basically a horrible person.
Mhm.
And you cannot talk me off this. Like, this is the thing I will argue till the rest of my life.
Mel Gibson.
You picked probably the worst example you could. Hitler was also probably wealthy at one point. But anyway, so Mark Zuckerberg competed in a competition, and I have never seen anyone lose a competition and then smile from ear to ear like a possum. And this guy was. And so I'm saying that some handler came up to him and said, "Hey, buddy, Mark wants to win this. Okay, he wants a gold medal. So you're gonna lay down and you're gonna get $50,000."
I
So-
want that match.
Yeah,
Now-
I'd take
now-
the
now-
dive.
Now here, this is
diving.
where we're getting into. Now this is where Austin's wheels have started turning, because this is not my segment. This is Austin's completely, and he's basically now going to give you guys the opportunity to face a random celebrity, and you can decide with what you want to do with it. So, Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
this is your scenario.
Okay.
Brandon, you just got your chair taken away from you at Pants, and you were called to the mat. Now, the fun thing about these descriptions is Austin's never met Brandon, I don't think. Maybe
Well,
once.
at Florida briefly.
Yeah,
right?
once. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe once. He's met Chad a couple times. You know, me and Ronnie were around him all the time. So he knows about me and
He's
Ronnie.
from Mowequa, right?
Yeah, Mowequa.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really know you guys. He knows you from the show because he watches this religiously, which
That's
is
awesome.
he's one of our viewers. So he's basically doing these questions off things we've talked about,
Okay.
which is fun to me.
That's cool,
So it's
yeah.
off our characters.
It's cool to see that
So-
grow that way.
Yeah, that's the fourth wall. That's time I broke the fourth wall and said we're all characters on the show. So, Brandon,
Yes.
you just got your chair taken away from you at Pants, and you're called to the mat. You look across the table and see Elijah Wood. He's your opponent. So, first thought, what's your first thought? And second, how do you approach the match? Oh, all of these people are also about your ability.
So my first thought is, how on earth can I go out there and defeat the last and only hope for Middle Earth? What kind of a person would I be to doom the entire world to destruction?
The right one.
I just don't think I could do it. I'd have to go out there and DQ myself out of respect for Frodo.
Otherwise, you'd be Solomon, right?
Ugh,
Mm.
that's a tough one. I'd hate to have to submit him.
I don't know enough names, so the Lich King, is that something?
No, that's a totally different thing.
That's
But
World of Warcraft, right?
yeah.
Got my nerd shit mixed up. So, how do you beat Elijah Wood?
I don't think you can.
He
You gotta
he
get
needs to
yourself
be
DQ'd.
pushed. He needs to be pushed so he can grow, so he can make that journey there.
What have you ever seen him
Slow
in the
pressure.
movie, it's the black and white one, Sin City? Where he
Oh
plays,
yeah,
like,
where he's
the
got the
creep-
glasses on.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
the creepy person.
He's pretty good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he would,
I
huh?
gotta be honest though. I feel like I could go out there and take Elijah Wood if he was a purple belt. So
You just beat the shit out of him, right?
I don't know if I'd beat the
Smash
shit
him.
out of him, but yeah, I don't think he's ready for that.
Did you watch
But-
that weird show he did with the dog?
Yep.
The dog and the
Wilford? It's awesome.
Yeah,
It
awesome.
is awesome.
I
Man,
love
it's
that show.
So weird.
So weird,
Yeah,
especially
I-
when you get to the end and it
Yeah.
starts becoming like what's real and not.
Yeah. It
Great
got-
show.
it got
All
really
FX
rough.
shows are basically like that.
Yeah.
You're the worst is I deal with a lot of anxiety and I watched an episode of You're the Worst, and I can't watch it multiple times. It puts me in a really dark place. But the episode revolves around a lost dog. And that you find out the woman is stealing the dog so she can take it back to the owner to feel joy.
That's fun.
I mean, that's some dark shit
That's
there,
some
right?
dark
That's
shit.
some dark shit. So,
Yeah.
Ronnie,
She needs a hobby.
Okay.
this is the one that almost made me piss my pants because then I had to look up who the person was, and this
Okay.
is a really, really. So you guys are gonna be stone faced, and then Ronnie can explain who this person is. If Ronnie can't explain it, then it's even better. So this is great.
Okay.
Ronnie, after a day where every single one of your students got put to sleep by a buggy choke, you look across the table and see Kevin Van Dam as your first opponent.
Okay.
What is your reaction, and how do you approach this match?
Is this Jean-Claude's brother?
I'd see. No, hold on. That's
Okay.
when I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out who the fucker is, and that's what I thought.
Kevin?
I thought he misspelled or thought like
That's good.
put two people
Good
together,
on you.
and then like
Well
whatever.
done.
So Kevin Van Dam is.
Kevin Van Dam is one of the best professional bass fishermen on the circuit.
All right, let's go.
He won back-to-back Bassmaster Classics and won Angle of the Year 4 times in a row. Very, very good fisherman. Met him before. Very nice
Wow.
guy.
Okay. He'd be real
Um,
good with a bow choke.
He's very tall. So,
You ever seen at fishing tournaments whenever people cheat and they make the fish swallow weights
Mhm.
so they weigh more or whatever? How
yeah,
crazy
I've
is that?
only seen that. Only seen it outside looking in.
DQ.
DQ. All right, so I see Kevin Van Dam across the mat.
What's your reaction? That's the number one.
Once I
Is that your
figured
autograph?
out who it is, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Man, my reaction is would be shock for sure. Like and then I would have to start thinking how I'm gonna beat him. Oof. Well, I definitely.
Reel him in.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
How many more fishing
Should
jokes?
I fight dirty and maybe fish hook him?
Yeah, our fish hook's illegal.
Yeah.
Gotta use the right bait.
Yeah. I'll have to be careful because he may put his arm out there and pull the old baby
Then you'll just
switch.
flay him.
Yeah. I could just flay him. I just hit that mic. I'm sure that sounded great. Yeah, he's tall. I'm gonna have to. I'm sure. I mean, he's got to be a guard player. I'm assuming he's gonna be a guard player. Yeah, I'm gonna have to smash and pass to get that win.
And I mean Putnam's don't pull.
Putnams don't pull. We don't do it.
That's a motto, huh?
That's on the family crest.
It's above his door when you walk in, and
That's
you
right.
have to slap it like Notre Dame.
Putnams don't pull, and then on the other side of it, it
watch
says
his competition
don't.
footage from back in the day.
I wasn't Putnam then. At that point, I was a Hawkins. Man, that's such a deep pull. Yeah, I'm beating him. He's old, but it's good.
Sinking.
Yeah.
I like the realization of both of you. Like, I'm kicking the shit out
Yeah,
of him.
I
but,
mean,
yeah.
I'm beating him, but man.
All right, Chad, you're just good, and now you'll know why I was like, holy shit.
Shit, that
He
was
ruined
good.
another segment.
Fuck, that was good, Austin.
Chad, you've had a tough day, and you placed second in your division, and for whatever reason, you decide to do the absolute because you're like, man, I got to get this win back. You look across the table and see none other than himself, Marky Mark, putting on that green and yellow striped armband. What is your reaction? How do you approach the match?
I'm gonna fucking take this dude down and beat the living shit out of him, and I'm gonna smother tap him.
Ooh. The full
Marky
male?
Mark, really?
Yeah. 100%.
And
the
taking
whole
him
down.
100%.
100%.
I'm making him sit there miserable for as long as I
Are you
can.
going to tap him or are you just going to sit there for 5 minutes?
Sit there until I smother tap the shit out of him. He's gonna smother tap.
And the whole time you whisper in your ear, this is for Brandon.
No. Just, I want all 25 million of his followers.
There you go. That was almost heartwarming.
Chad, how tall are you?
Yeah, like 5'11", I think. 5'10", 5'11".
Oh,
Depending
you got Marky Mark on size.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Mario Lopez is bigger than him.
Is he?
Really?
He's got to be about my size then.
He's
Lopez.
Lopez is probably your size.
All right. He's 5'8". Let's see how much he weighs.
165 probably.
I bet he's closer to 180.
No. Mario Lopez is like
Well, is this
167.
pain and gain marky mark? Or
Well,
No. So
or is
they're
this the
on
oh,
this
it's a
weight site
transformer.
where they like do like actual like things. They said they think he's 172 pounds,
Doesn't
Sounds about right.
and he has a
Right.
BMI
Around
of
there.
26,
a what?
body mass
Oh.
index, right? I think that's
Mm.
right. So, yeah,
We're getting.
you're just
we're-
beating the shit
I'm
out.
highlighting him. Yeah.
I'm highlighting.
Like we're neon belling back and forth. We're scoring 165 points.
Oh my god. Can't wait.
I'm
No
getting like
respect
6
for
followers
Marky
from
Mark,
it.
No respect, huh?
I mean, I'll tell him. I'll shake his hand.
We should really set up, like, when you train with Mario Lopez, you should tell him, hey, listen, we have this great idea that we just set up.
It's
all
a
these
great idea,
We set up
too.
all these celebrities like Tom
Tom
Hardy, and you guys have to fight, and you know it, and you tell him, you're like, hey, listen, you know everyone's gonna pick Tom Hardy because
Yeah.
he's fucking Bane.
Yeah.
And then you come in there as AC Slater and beat the shit out of him. Just don't say AC Slater because he hates that. That's a podcast thing. The wrestling podcast. The guy who runs the podcast is rich. He lives in Alabama. He does mortgages. I got my mortgage through him because I'm a weirdo and I actually do things they tell you on the podcast. So my mortgage is through him, and I think he's a 100 millionaire. Like he really is like
Oh, that's
what. He's rich
yeah,
as
that's a lot of
fuck
money.
in Alabama. He lives on a mountain.
In
they said
Alabama, 1 million's a lot.
he has 2 elevators in his house.
It's like the
supposedly
poorest
it's like
state.
2 elevators?
Yeah, it's
Who
a,
needs
it's a,
2
it's a
elevators?
mansion.
Well, in
said
case
it-
one breaks.
Yeah.
To the
It's
second
a-
story.
it's a
Are they right
legit-
by each other like in a hospital or whatever?
It's a legit mansion, and they said that they were in Vegas at one of the nice like casinos, and none other than Mario Lopez walks in, and he said because him and his friend is a dick. He
Bane's a
said
pretty big guy, I bet.
he said that he's at the table and they send him over like. First off, I think Ronnie, Brandon, you catch me as a drinker too. You know that you never turn down a free drink, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's just a sin.
Yeah.
Like, it's just disrespectful if you turn down a drink. So they order Mario Lopez a Mai Tai.
I'd drink a Mai Tai from Bane.
And they put on the tag, because, like, they say who it's from, they put Lisa Turtle.
Oh. That's funny.
And
Sick burn.
he turns down the drink. Like, he basically puts it at the table. He's there
Well,
with the
I could see that at
Oh, no,
that
no, no.
point.
But, as, like, culture-wise, like, you don't turn down a free drink.
He doesn't know who it's from, though, right?
Correct. So,
Yeah.
So they're
I
sitting
could
there
see
just
that.
snickering, being dicks,
Mhm.
and like he puts it at the table. One of the ladies he's with like grabs it and drinks it. So then they like get him a blue hole next,
Okay.
and they say it's from Jesse Spano. And so they just keep going,
Going through
down.
the whole
They go
cast.
through the whole cast, and it gets to
Screech.
it gets. It gets
It's
to
just straight
it gets
whiskey.
to who's the lead character? I can't think of her
Zach.
name.
Zach Morrison.
No, the woman.
Oh, Kelly.
Kelly Kapowski.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it gets to Kelly Kapowski, and I guess he stands up and it's like, who the fuck is doing this? And like wants to beat the shit out of them, and they're like, oh, this isn't funny anymore. And they just stop and they get
just
real
quietly
quiet.
sneak
Yeah.
out.
And then they're like, Conrad has money. I think he paid his tab or something. He's like, and he was like, I'm sorry, it was just a joke. I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but. Yeah, he hates being called AC Slater, evidently,
Yeah.
so don't do that.
Okay,
but you
that's
should
good to
tell him
know.
definitely to set up the
It's good.
Tom Hardy thing. And he should make this like
I'm
a
hoping he'll
reality
play the
show.
dice game.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool as shit.
So I mean, just
This is Chad's humble brag. He gets to roll. But I set you up for it, so this time it's not a humble brag.
I mean, I'm hoping to get some footage this time better than last time, but
You have to
We'll
do
see
an
what
NDA.
happens. so I'm
Yeah,
also
make
gonna go
sure
train
it
I think
looks
at
good.
AOJ for the afternoon
Okay.
with
Have
Cole
fun
Bate.
with- have
So,
fun with that.
but this would have already happened.
That's in San Diego, right? AOJ?
No, it's in.
Oh, is that
Newport, California.
Atos?
Yeah,
San Diego?
You're gonna tell Kayla Nodinson he's gonna kick the shit out of her at the pants.
I don't. Sure.
You should.
Tell
Just
her.
feed her all bad information. Be like, hey, Sun Yoon, I mean, she's only gonna play half guard with you, so just work on your half guard. That's it.
She only does flying triangles.
All right. So the next segment is a Ronnie segment, and it's a great one. So they are. Oh, you don't remember
I
it?
forget.
No, you're not doing anything. You made this one up though. It's good. So this is the BMF championship.
Oh,
belt
this
segment.
one, yeah.
So they're resurrecting the BMF
Mhm.
belt because
Seen.
you can't have a retired person be the BMF champion anymore. So they are doing it between also two strange people to do it. Well, one of them's not strange, but the other one I don't know.
Okay.
I just think it should be Chandler and him. So anyways,
Uh,
Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier. So they're doing the BMF.
you're saying
title.
Gaethje's the shoe-in, though, right?
Oh, Gaethje for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Poirier's kind of been in there with the best of them, too, for
Yeah.
a long
Is-
time now.
Islam's the champ.
Yeah.
So this is the what's it called, the second place belt?
Consolation belt.
Yeah, the consolation belt. So they're just resurrecting it because it seems like that division for a long time is going to be ruled by Islam or Volkanovski.
What
as
I've
he's
heard, the
win.
reason that they announced all this stuff too was because it was the exact same day that Francis Ngannou signed his deal with the PFL. So Dana White then
Oh.
came out like 30 minutes later, announced like 3 cards in a
Yeah.
row, and the BMF title thing too.
Yep,
Did
I
you see how
heard
much I
that as
got
well.
paid?
I've heard, yeah,
It's
it's, a
on Dan-
bunch, and
it's
then
on
it's like,
Dan, no. On Dan Levitard, he announced how much he got paid for his last fight.
oh, Francis
Yeah.
For
What do
his
you think
last
it was?
at the
fight.
UFC.
Yeah. What do you think it was? Like, because it's always to show and to win.
Not always, but this one was. This was to
Mo-
show.
most
and win.
contracts are, right?
Yeah.
Not all of them. though.
They're not all of them are not all of them are the same amount like that, but most of them are. Yeah.
Some of the bigger guys just get a flat thing. I think,
Yes,
Too.
that's true.
But so this is a show and win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show and win.
350, 350.
You're a lot closer than
That's a
I
lot closer.
than
I
guessed.
think Ronnie, you were like closer to like 5, right?
Yeah.
120, 100, 120.
That's close.
Yeah, you were right on, which is
That is-
criminally low.
Yeah.
That is.
It is. It's
For that level, yeah.
Demetrius Johnson too. I remember he was like 7-time defending champion or something insane, getting like 50 and 50 or
Yeah.
120 and 120 or something
Yeah.
like that too. It's
So
it
was
it's criminal.
it was crazy the amount, and they said that
If
the
they
other
even make it in the top 5 of the UFC or something, it should be like just half a mil, or
Yeah.
I mean,
so
It's
the
crazy.
the fighter share I think is up to 20%. So the UFC gets 80, the fighters get 20% of that, which that's insane. It should
inflation up that it is.
It should
you
be
know,
50-50.
fighters
because
should definitely-
most sports are 50-50.
There will come a time where the Ali Act style thing will come to mixed
Has
martial
to.
arts.
It has to.
There's
'cause
just
it's
no way
insane.
it won't. So-
But anyways, the other thing that came out of that interview, because that's my favorite show, is he said that he begged for John Jones, and they kept telling him that no, John Jones doesn't want to fight you. He doesn't want. He is only in this for money.
Man, I wish I could know what the real truth
I
is.
know.
It's so hard to.
The only reason I think it possibly might be true is not because John Jones doesn't want to fight him. I'm not saying that. I think it might be true because they were freezing him out.
Yeah,
I don't think they wanted to give him that big
The
fight.
money fight.
unless he signed some shitty contract.
And then, yes, I think the reason they did that is because he wouldn't sign. So they were like, we're not giving you that fight where you can go make your name, beat our guy, and then go to PFL.
Right.
Right.
So it's just such a dirty business.
It
Like, it's
is.
becoming boxing.
It's ruthless.
Boxing, like, legitimately, like, fighters will not fight each other because they're on different promotions.
Yeah.
Like, and that, the Errol Spence Crawford fight just got signed, and somebody's like, that should have been done 5 years ago. And now they're fighting when they're old, like Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Mayweather.
coming to that point with MMA where there's so many different organizations. Like, that's how boxing is, too, at this point. There's, like, the WBO belt.
Mhm.
There's the Ring Magazine belt.
Yeah.
There's, like, 7 belts.
It's
And
gonna get bad.
It just
But-
gets to the point where it's so watered down. It's like, how do you... Then you have to have unification bouts between different organizations and stuff. And I just
Yeah.
don't foresee that happening in
Nah.
mixed martial arts, so...
I hope Bellator gets bought out by one
That'd be
or
so
PFL,
cool. Yeah.
whichever one, I don't care. And then they start, and then those two companies come together and have like unification.
I can't
fights.
believe that PFL paid that much for Francis Ngannou and gave him a spot on the board and gave him like some other stipulations and shit too. I don't know where
He
they
gets
have all the money
pick
to do
his
that shit.
opponent's purse.
Yeah, the
That's
opponent's
crazy.
guaranteed $2 million purse when they
Mhm.
fight him, which is pretty damn baller thing
Yeah.
to do. But
I
I don't know how they have the money to like
don't either.
sustain that.
Now Dana White said something scary. He made fun of it, and they said the last time he made fun of something, it then bit him in the ass. Like they said, like he's already done this before, and then
Mhm.
I think it might have been WWE.
Yeah.
He made fun of WWE, and then he
And now
ends
they
up
bought it.
and they bought it, and now they see how much it's worth and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. Anyway, so the championship belt has nothing to do with anything we just talked about. But they resurrected the BMF belt. So now you all are going to pick the belt that these two fighters are going to fight for.
Okay.
And I'm going to
This
give
is
you
fun.
pretty low-hanging fruit on a
Okay.
couple of them.
This will
So
be fun.
the
yeah.
first one is between Matt Riddle and Nate Diaz.
What's the belt called?
Mm-hmm.
This is low-hanging fruit.
Guys, got anything good?
I don't know who Matt Riddle is.
He is the famous WWE wrestler that quit the UFC because he would not stop smoking weed and told Dana White he would not stop smoking weed.
I thought that was Nate Diaz.
No, he just continued to do it and still fought for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got banned for
Um,
like 2 years or something.
It's the high flying belt.
It's not bad.
Something like that, yeah.
The Doobie Brothers.
Mm.
I mean, it's something like that. Like, we can probably go off this one, but it has something to do with marijuana.
Yeah.
yeah. And they have to smoke in between rounds or something. I don't know. But anyways, it'd be great. The next one, this is the one that can go a bunch of different directions. Chad, let's not go down the legal one. Henner Gracie versus Clark Gracie. Oh, you probably don't know who
The
Henner
battle
Gracie
of the
is.
who cares.
Oh, son, that's not what Tina would say. She would love this fight. That's Henner.
I know Henner. I don't know the other.
Oh, you know Clark? Oh, wow.
You know Clark?
Wow, he's
Never
more,
even heard of that name.
He's
before.
more impressive.
The best hair award.
Oh God, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Looks like Grant.
You want to see the coolest picture of him? This is where Michael Googles. He is the master of the omoplata.
Yeah, he's the one
he
that
was
has
back
the
in the
inverted
day.
upside down, doing the hang loose while he's got
Really?
a normal plot in.
Yeah.
Guy's probably pretty cool. I rescind my comment.
I rescind my comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
He
hate him
seems
now,
cool.
right?
Nah.
Yeah, he's the worst. Tina, we went to Resnick. He did a seminar. He actually he videoed Sun a lot because he's like, everyone makes fun because I can't teach kids. He said that like his dad makes fun of him because when he does the kids class, they just run all over the place and just do whatever they want. And
God,
he
I'm
was-
afraid that's gonna be me.
he was like, can I video Sun Yu because like. My dad really doesn't believe I can teach kids, and he's like, she's really good, and like she's learning all my stuff, or whatever. And I walked in, and I was like, hey, this guy's here, this Clark Gracie. Tina goes, I'm just gonna sit in the car because I don't want to come out. It's cold. I go, no, I think you should come in, like 'cause this guy, he has like a glow about him. Like when he walked in, like there was like a halo glow around him.
Hell
And
yeah.
I looked at him, and I was like, that is the most beautiful man I've ever seen. This is
I
fucking
remember
nuts.
this.
And Tina walked
like Jackie
in.
DiNardo,
Yeah, and Tina walked in and was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, that's that guy, Clark Gracie. And she was like, okay, I'll sit in here. That's fine.
I remember
That's
when this happened.
he is an Adonis. Yeah. So what is their belt they fight for?
The integrity belt.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's pretty much it.
Like the weed farm on South Park.
The
Yeah,
integrity
integrity.
belt of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I was gonna go like McDojo belt.
Sorry, Clark Gracie, he won some shit.
Clark did good for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah.
For sure, he's definitely the more revered
His
competitor.
beautiful face is gonna do MMA though, and Tina's like, no, you can't do MMA, bud. You can't get your face busted up. All right, Diego Sanchez versus Tony Ferguson.
Oh man, that's
The Mexican Bandits.
Ooh, I
I like that. Went right there.
I was gonna go with take this belt so you can finally fucking retire.
Oh, there
Good
you
one,
go.
too.
Diego Sanchez, my favorite thing is that he was the nightmare, right?
At first.
And then he became the dream.
Yeah.
And then he comes back to being the nightmare.
He's insane.
Yeah, he's a crazy.
Do you remember his
person.
one coach for
Oh,
a while
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
head
yeah.
kicking him and shit while he was hanging upside down on like some bars? It's like that was his training for a fight. He just hung upside down and let his coach fucking obliterate him with kicks and shit. Dude's crazy.
That might be the
fun fact
CTE
for Brandon's
belt.
apartment.
It might be the CTE
Maybe
belt
commercial.
too. Jesus
Yeah, the
Christ.
CTA
The
belt.
CTE belt is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
Michael Chandler versus Justin Gagey. There's only one answer on that one. That's the real BMF belt, right?
I was going to say that is the.
I think Dustin
gentleman-
Poirier can beat both of those guys. So
Okay.
That's the gentleman's agreement belt. because
Oh, I like that.
they're
yeah.
not gonna take it to the ground, even though that they're both really good wrestlers.
that's a good one.
Matt,
I like
Sarah,
that.
Matt Sarah had one of those. There's
Yeah.
another grappler. They just did a handshake agreement. The bag's like, we're not grappling. We're going to fight. I love those fights.
Yeah.
And Kevin Holland and Thompson,
Mhm.
they just
Yeah.
did one. And then he took him down and apologized in the middle of the fight. That was so funny. He was just like, "Oh, sorry, man," and then he just let him up. Last one, and this is the one that made Ronnie giggle the most: Bernardo Faria versus John Danaher. I will tell you, my thing was already. This goes at 2 times speed belt.
Or,
Yeah. I was trying to think of something like that.
Great honor for me belt.
Yeah, that's what it's who done it for me.
Phew, yeah. There's definitely some directions there that you can
Yeah.
really go with.
That's the instructional belt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Instructional belt is a good one.
Instead of BMF, it'd be like, I don't know, man. I feel like you could definitely get there.
The IMF insightful motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a
All
good
right,
one.
pretty good.
Shit. All right, we're not gonna beat that. That's pretty much it, man. That's all I got.
You're a smart motherfucker.
I only picture when you say it like that though, like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's in.
That is the question I wanted to go to last time. What is the cable movie that you will stop on every time? Chad's Fast and Furious. Next.
Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if that's ever
Shit.
been on cable, but I would watch
yeah,
it
it's
for
for
sure.
sure on TBS.
Besides like Marvel movies, one that in this like my guilty pleasure one is League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
You like that movie?
Legit.
Is that the one that has
love
like
it.
a
Yeah.
It's like Avengers,
Yeah,
but for
monsters.
shoveler
classic
guy?
books.
No, it's Mystery Men. That's a good
Okay.
one too. But yeah.
And the guy that throws the
League-
forks and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. No. He doesn't throw a fork.
He throws a
He
spoon?
throws a spoon.
Yeah, that's right.
No, yeah, he doesn't throw forks, and he doesn't. No, he does throw forks. He doesn't throw knives. And they keep asking him,
Yeah,
why don't
that's
you
what
throw
it
a
is,
knife?
yeah.
And he's like, because I can throw a fork. Because
Yeah.
the fork's like a knife.
So good.
No, the reason I asked that is because last night I was dead tired because we played Magic for 6 hours, I
Yeah.
believe. That's not good, Brandon. Like, you're probably like, oh man, that sounds awesome. No, it was 2 games and we played for 6 hours.
It'll melt your brain after a while. D&D does it to you too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were. I think you guys left right around 10.
Yeah, 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30. So I was like dead tired and knew we had to film. And for some ungodly reason on Prime, I was watching Pulp Fiction,
Such
and
a good
I
movie.
just clicked on it accidentally, and then guess what part of the movie came up, and I'm like, God damn it, this is a fucking rabbit hole. I gotta sit here and watch the whole thing.
In the apartment with Samuel L. and
Yep,
John
that's
Travolta.
it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where
it's
I.
such a good
You know
one.
what's funny is
Look at the big brain.
years
on
ago when I
Brad.
actually ran into that movie. That's exactly where I ran into it at.
Yeah.
Such a good
Oh,
movie.
well, it happens twice. So
It
I mean, it
does.
could be either one.
Yeah.
But this is the end where they kill the guy.
They
in the
actually
back
shoot
seat.
each other out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. And so
Comes
yeah,
out
the
the
big
bathroom
brain
with
on
the
Brad.
fuck-
Yeah. Do you think he
You're a
meant that?
smart motherfucker.
Do you think he said that on purpose?
I don't know.
I think he forgot the line.
Could
That's
be.
that's always my guess. But yeah, I stopped on that with the wolf and all that shit. God.
Why didn't you say that, then, man?
So I sat
Such a
there
good movie.
dirty and like I cooked, barbecued, and Tina's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's Pulp Fiction. I gotta watch the end." And so like I thought the diner scene wasn't very long, and I thought it was like, "Oh, this is like 5 minutes. I'll be fine." And then I think I took a shower at 12:30. I think that was the end of it.
Dang.
Yeah, it was so bad. I was like, "Why did I do this to myself?"
Such a good movie.
If I go to that scene though, there's no way I'm not watching the entire rest of the movie. Like it's gonna happen. Casino, I heard that one. Someone said one
Casino's a
time.
great movie too.
Yeah, I think Goodfellas would be the one that I would.
That's one of those movies that if my power or if my like internet goes out and I can't like stream anything, that's one I have on my computer I watch.
Really?
Goodfellas, yeah.
That's,
Oh, wow.
That is actually Austin from Moeco. That's his go-to movies, Goodfellas. He told me
It's a
that.
great one.
It's like he said when they were on the team bus driving places, he said that's the movie we always put on because someone would say I don't care, and I was like, well, why not Goodfellas? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I got to watch Goodfellas all the time.
It's not bad.
I know on trips like John Wick, we've done quite a few times, and Fast and Furious, we've done quite a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know what else movies. Transformers, I'll watch that if I come across
Yeah.
the earlier
Yeah,
Transformers.
yeah. Not Marky Mark's Transformer.
I've
He
only
ruined
ever seen the
series.
first Transformers.
The first couple were decent.
Yeah.
We're done? You going home?
See ya!
Something
Cat's
about
penis!
animals.
Our host is leaving.
Hippopotamus poison.